Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be working on the Versa again. A little background on this. The CVT transmission went out about a year ago and it was replaced. So you kind of see it down there. One thing I did not have when I replaced it was new crush washers for those pressure lines to the cooler. So it has been steadily leaking. Not too bad, but enough to make a mess. Put about 20,000 miles on it since it's been replaced. So we're going to go ahead and change out the fluid and replace those crush washers and everything. And I'll kind of show you how the manual says to change the fluid. We're not going to do it that way. They actually want you to run the car, undo the one of the cooler lines, and basically cycle out the fluid as you're pouring new fluid in. As most of you know, if you've ever priced that fluid out from the dealership, it's about $20 a quart, and you need about 50% over the capacity to do it that way. So we're just going to drain it and fill it with whatever comes out. So yeah, we'll get it warmed up, take it around the block, get it warmed up, and then we'll start draining. So we got the car in the garage, just took it for like a 10-minute drive. It's all hot, warmed up. So like I said, I'm not going to be doing a proper flush where we drain everything out. I'm just going to do a basic drain and refill. So as you can see, quite a bit of leakage going on. I believe, like I said, I believe it's coming from up top there from not doing those crush washers, and it's just, this is all residual coming down. So I'll replace those crush washers up there on those lines and clean all this off and drain fluid, put new fluid in it, and we'll drive it some more and, you know, check periodically, make sure nothing else is leaking on here, which it shouldn't be. It's a brand new transmission. So we'll go ahead and get started. I'll pop that drain plug loose and we'll drain what's in there. So if you wanted to do this the way the manual says to do it, what you need to do is you remove your outlet side of the cooler hose right here, drain it, have it running into a pan while the car's running, and then as the car's running and that's draining, your fill up there where your dipstick is, you want to be pouring new fluid in, and basically you're pouring fluid in as it's draining out of here until the CVT fluid that's coming out of the outlet is clear. So as I stated before, they say you need about 50% over capacity to do it that way. And CVT fluid's extremely expensive, so I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to do a drain and refill, which I'm doing right now. And then we'll fix those crush washers. But that is the proper way, as per the Nissan manual, to change the CVT fluid in these cars. She's all drained. Sprayed off the top of this with brake clean. I'll probably get some simple green and pressure washer and clean everything out once everything's all done. But clean it up for the most part. So I'm going to break these lines loose. These are 19mm banjo bolts, so 19 mil head. So we'll pop both these off, and then I got some new washers here from Nissan that we'll put on and then torque to the correct spec. New washers are in, bolts are hand tight, and we'll torque them down as per manual to 36 foot-pounds. And then we can fill up the transmission through the dipstick tube here. And basically drain, or put in what we drained out and then take it for another drive, get it hot, and then come back and check it while it's running and make sure we're good on the dipstick. And then after that, can clean off all the residue on the transmission and then drive it, and hopefully that fixed our leak issue here. Okay, we got everything torqued up, filled it up back up with fluid. It was about 4.5 quarts came out, and obviously it's been leaking, so it's probably a little low. We'll take it around, drive it around, get it heated up, and check it. So when you're checking the fluid, you want it between 122 and 176 degrees. Approximately 10 minutes of driving is what they say. And then when you check, so there's a lock on this, so on mine it's broken, but there's a lock on this that you want to undo to pull the dipstick out. And when you're checking fluid, you actually want to spin it 180 and make sure it seats all the way down, and then pull it up when you check it. So for now the car's cooled down, so obviously still got to go out and drive it to get a proper reading on the dipstick, but we'll do that here shortly. We took it out for a drive, cleaned it up and everything, so looks brand new again. So I'll monitor the fluid and keep checking, make sure the leak's not coming from anywhere else, but I believe it was those washers. So we checked the fluid and we are good to go. So we drained about 4.5 quarts out of it by just using the drain plug. And I believe capacity on this is 7 quarts. So hopefully that was informative to anybody that needs to do that type of work, and we'll see you on the next one.